Hey everybody, I'm Dylan. This is Michael. Welcome to Nerdy Nakama. Let's talk anime. Hey everybody, here we are with another episode of Nerdy Nakama, and today we are going to be talking about One Piece Chapter 971, which was just released, and our predictions, or what we possibly think might happen in Chapter 972.
I just want to start off by saying this chapter has reinvigorated so many Odin fans. It is perfect.
Yeah, this guy is nuts, man. How do you get in the wall? Okay, hold on. Before we talk about this cover page, have the Capone family just been getting messed up for chapters now? Like, is that what I'm getting? Is that we're just watching them get destroyed by the Marines and other people in Dressrosa?
Honestly, I haven't really thought about the cover page story in quite a while, but now that you bring it up, like, they really have just been getting terrorized by the Navy since they went back to Dressrosa.
Yep, I mean, they rolled up, and I was just like, oh, Page family's going to be here. They're going to help the country of Dressrosa because they're friends of the Straw Hats now or whatever. Well, I don't know, actually. Can you really trust a gangster?
I mean, I think you can at this point because I feel like what might happen is the Dressrosa, like, military, like, recognizes them from the newspaper or something like that, and they, like, get saved and get brought over, and, like, we see, like, them talking about the Straw Hats or something, and then, like, Beige getting, like, special treatment because he helped Luffy and all of them. And,
Yeah,
like,
and his bounty shot up, so high because everyone thought that it was all Luffy that was doing this. And it's funny because I think a lot of this was actually spurned by Beige, the plan in Whole Cake Island.
see, I remember I went in real depth about this back in the day, like, when it first was coming out. People were talking about how it wasn't Luffy, he didn't do any of that, but the way that it's worded by Morgans is something like how Luffy was a mastermind or a key element or something like that. But Luffy made the specific plot at the actual, like, wedding. He didn't make the idea to break the, like, image or do any of that and, like, poison her. But he did make the idea of how they were going to get in through the cake and how they were going to have all of the different Luffys running around, as well as how they were going to disrupt it. The actual photo of Mother Caramel getting broken isn't what actually, like, let them escape Whole Cake Island either. It's what Luffy did with the cake. The fact that he ate it, he messed it up, and he ruined it right in front of her. That is the actual reason why they were able to escape. So
Because it weakened her.
Way, yeah. So, like, in a way, almost everything that what was his name? The Birdman said.
Oh, Morgans?
Big News Morgans. See, when I was thinking Morgans, I kept thinking Axe Hand Morgans, and I was like, he's not a bird, so, like,
he's not a bird.
But
I'm just trying to imagine him flying out with that axe in his hand and that iron jaw, something like that.
See, I was imagining Big News Morgans with the iron jaw and an axe instead of a wing. So,
so
we both had the opposite sides of that.
So, do feathers cover the axe, or do they only go up to the axe head?
They go to the axe head and then pop out on the other side, like how he has, like, that, like, bit of it past the axe or whatever, and he has feathers on that side too. So
do you think Morgans could hockey up his feathers and make his hand into a blade?
No, I don't think.
I mean, like, okay. Let me specify this because I'm not saying that Morgans can do hockey. I mean, if he were to be able to, I guess it's obvious if he were to be able to, but
See, I think he can use hockey because we saw him fight a CP member. Like, I think he can use hockey, and he has, like, at least a little bit of it, especially being so deep into the underworld.
But I want to remind you that Spondum is in CP0.
Yeah, but Spondum never went to anybody. He never infiltrated anything. I know. He was given that position by his... Oh, I hate his dad, too.
Pretty much by, Lucci as well, wanting to terrorize him. I'm pretty glad that Lucci now goes above Spondum in rank.
Yeah, it gets to make him his whipping boy now. It's beautiful.
Yeah. With his tail just...
Dang, no, that would probably kill Spondum, man.
No, Lucci's got enough control. That you think that guy wouldn't have enough control with his tail at this point?
Yeah,
he's
right.
He's like the Chimera King using his tail. Okay. Speaking of, real quick, I gotta say this. From Hunter x Hunter, I'm in the Chimera Ant arc. That guy looks like Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. And a lot of people I know make that comparison.
Stage 2 Cell. No, not Stage 2. Stage 1 Cell, I think a little bit more. Well, no, because he's kind of... No, it's more Stage 3 with a hat, I guess. It's definitely Stage 3 Cell with a hat. anyways, back
perfect.
to the One Piece stuff.
No, it's the first... Whatever was that first stage, the ugly-looking stage. Because he's kind of linky and, like, awkward.
Yeah. And then that second one, he's all beefy and... But the third one, he's got that human-looking face and his tail's all tucked up.
He's perfect.
He's perfect. I am the perfect creature. But, guy's driving me nuts right now in the Chimera Anarch. But, anyways, back to One Piece, chapter 971. Odin's dying. Man. I hope not. A lot of people say he's going to live, and I don't think that he's going to die from being boiled alive, mind you, like, it's showing in this chapter. But Odin's dying soon. It's got to happen, I think.
See, I really don't know how it's going to go. Like, he's become such a Chad at this point where he's sitting there in boiling oil. Remind you, boiling oil, okay?
Punching holes in walls.
And just chilling, like holding up 9 people. How? How?
I know, and those minks are not light.
Oh, no, of course not.
And neither is Raizo's big ass.
His big face accounts for most of his body weight, okay?
So I want to talk about this real quick, and it was brought up in the chat that Raizo might be the traitor, and I think you were disagreeing with that, right?
Yeah, I do not think Raizo is the traitor at all. Like, I can see it.
I don't agree either. I don't agree either, for the record. I don't think that Raizo is the traitor. But I do find it peculiar how his only comment in this chapter was, it's hot.
Okay, so what I want you to look at is what was a person that had almost no panel time or reactions out of all of the scabbards?
Artist guy. Wow, Conjuro?
Conjuro, he had enough panel time. Okay, so the ones that didn't have that much panel time
were
you're
talking
Conjuro,
just seeing them.
Yeah, Conjuro, Kiku, and Inu Urashi. Inu Urashi, Conjuro, and Kiku had the least, but I think Kiku had the very least because I don't think Kiku was in that panel with all of them standing on top. Well, no.
She was. No,
Kiku was.
I actually remember having that thought at first where I'm not seeing Kiku, and then I went back and looked, and she was towards the right side. She was drawn pretty skinny, though. She.
Yeah, Kiku, because I'm just going to keep saying Kiku. Kiku looks a lot like Dendro at this point. Dendro needs to switch up his style already, man.
Oh, man. I really hope we see Ino come back as well to Wano.
See, that's why I think it would be better if Kiku was the traitor. We get Ino back into this arc, and we get to see more of this person, as well as like have a reason for more Whitebeard people to come in. They're like, oh, we messed up back in the day. We can fix it now because we had no idea this was happening to Odin.
Do you think Marco's gonna change his mind and come to Wano?
I would hope so, because I actually have a theory about Marco's devil fruit. I'm not like 100% on it, but definitely think someone else is getting that fruit.
Well, so here's a thought, is his ability to heal. I guess there would need to probably be a special medicine made, but do you think that it's possible that with like maybe Chopper making a special medicine and Marco using his upgrading healing powers, they could heal Wano of what's gone on with the Smile Fruits?
I think Chopper can definitely do it, even if he doesn't get the help of Marco.
Okay.
But it would definitely tie Marco into it if he were to help Chopper do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean, is I could see Chopper making the formula, and then Marco's like, well, hey, I can speed this up, twice as quick.
Yeah, speeds up the formula,
So,
give Chopper his shine as the best doctor and have another doctor reliant on him.
Yeah, like none of you guys will be better till tomorrow or the next day, but hey, it's better than a month or two.
Yeah, it's like back in Punk Hazard, and Chopper was actually the lead doctor during all that, and Law was just the surgeon getting basically led and shown what he needs to do, what he needs to find, and how he needs to fix the kids.
And Caesar was the whipping nurse.
Man, I hate Caesar, and I don't ever want Caesar to join the Straw Hats.
So morally, I don't either. I don't think he ever will either. Morally, the Straw Hats will never do it. I'll tell you this right now. and I still don't think he will. But I could see Caribou joining before I see Caesar joining because of
Oh
the
yeah,
because of the
boys.
intense hatred that they all have for Caesar. I mean, you know, even if Luffy were to say, okay, this is one time I could see the crew getting a one up on Luffy and saying, no, we're not having him. You know what I mean? Because everyone else in the
Yeah.
crew hates him so much. But Luffy respects his own crew so much that he would never have someone in there like that. And just respects people in general and life. And
Yeah, no, Caesar has messed up far beyond what we can actually accept. It's not like what Robin did or what Frankie did, where both of them kind of messed with the crew. Robin didn't actually kill anybody,
well, and they all
like
showed
directly
true
related to the
sympathy.
crew.
They all showed true sympathy. And Caesar, like, used to make those, yeah, I did that face. You know what I mean?
You know who
Like,
else showed true sympathy and change of character?
who's that?
Caribou.
Shut up.
Bro, that's,
Okay, I'm gonna announce this.
Look at his
I'm gonna
cover
hold on,
story,
hold on. I'm
bro.
gonna announce this on the podcast right now. We have a $50 bet. He believes Caribou will join the Straw Hats, and I do
Let's
not
go.
agree. I
Go
do
into the
not
comment section,
agree.
guys. Tell
know,
this man that Caribou is joining.
Hit
now.
us up. I mean, I think that there's even a poll still that's in our group on Facebook right now, where it was like 400 for no and 20 for yes.
Man, those 20 people, I need to find you and tell you how great you are, because Caribou is joining, without a doubt.
Oh man, we'll see what happens. You never know what happens, but this is one I can't agree with. But hey, we'll see what happens. Because personally, I think that what's left is you're gonna have, so like in Water 7, we had Robin officially join, and we had Frankie join. And so what I believe is at the end of Wano is what we're going to have happen is we're going to have Jinbe show up, which will solidify him, much like Robin was solidified, and Carrot will decide to join the crew. For reasons being, I understand that he doesn't have to mimic the Pirate King and everything, but, you know, it only makes sense
Wait. Did you say Mimink?
Mimic?
I'm sorry, that joke continued.
It only makes sense that he mimics the Pirate King and has a mink on his crew as well. You know, I mean, he had, the Pirate King had two on top of a character from Wano.
Yeah.
I don't see a character from Wano so far joining the Straw
Zoro?
Hats. Well, I could see Zoro, maybe them, if they confirm that he was, in fact, his lineage is from Wano or something. Oh my gosh, so it's been pretty much confirmed that his teacher ran from Wano, right?
Basically, yeah, it's been confirmed outside of the story, but at the same time, they have the same insignia, and isn't their village name something like Shimotsuki Village?
I don't know, you're gonna get me with those names, man, if I'm being honest with you. But
See, I don't know. I love samurais and I love One Piece, so I try my best to remember everything that's going on in Wano, at least.
what, because we don't know Zoro's origin, his legitimate origin, where he's from, who his parents were, or whatever. What if he was dragged from Wano by the teacher?
No, what if... I mean, I could see that, but, if he was, it could have been something like Lady Toki sent Zoro into the future from the past, and then he got saved.
Nah, I don't feel like Toki and Zoro's paths ever crossed, personally.
Man, I don't know. I just think that Zoro has some ties with Ryuma in
definitely.
some way, shape, or form.
I think he does with Wano and Ryuma for sure, and dragon slaying. I could even see maybe him getting Ryuma's sword back. He gave it up, but if they were to discover his lineage, I could almost see him getting it back. I don't think he will at this point because he's got Enma. But I could, if that were to happen, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it that way. If they were to give,
Here's my thing.
If he was to give Enma to Momo to keep it in his family and maybe take that back if they were to see his lineage from Wano, I could see that. You know what I mean?
I feel like after Zoro makes Enma a Black Blade, he's gonna give it up. He's not gonna keep it. He's going to give it back to Odin. He's not gonna give it to. He might give it to Momo, but more than likely, I feel like he's gonna try to give it to Odin, put it in his grave or something, and have a whole respectful thing, and then go and see Ryuma's grave and have a whole respectful thing.
And take his sword back.
I don't know, man. I feel like he might come out with two cursed blades, both of the Kitetsu.
That's fair, but I'm not gonna argue it actually, because it would fit his whole demon thing and his whole
Yeah.
cursed image.
And like
So
we know that there's another cursed blade out there and it fits, his whole theme of threes and all that, but I don't think he's
I'm
gonna own
one
all
hundred
three of them.
percent sure. Okay, not 100. I'm 95% sure that old Gorosei guy
Yeah,
has it.
I'm pretty sure that's confirmed. I'm not 100% on that either, but I think
Okay,
that's
okay.
confirmed.
I thought I just remember. I thought I just remember everyone talking about how it had like the same Katetsu design, but I don't know if if it was ever confirmed or not that he actually had
Yeah,
it.
that was never like written into the manga itself, but it
Exactly.
was
So
said
yeah, that's
somewhere.
that's where I think the blade is though, and I think that dude's got it, and it only makes sense for an evil dude to have that top
But
cursed
like, are
blade.
the Gorosei even strong enough to like matter at
Um,
this point?
I think so. Um, so do you think the Gorosei come from the Void Century, or do you think they're constantly
I think
replaced?
with what we know about all the different powers of aging and how connected the previous centuries are with the current era, I think that it's highly possible that Imu, as well as the five Gorosei, are actually from the Void Century. May have actually just been the conquering force back then. They may have just actually been the
Yeah.
leaders. Those are the people that we have to look to take out at this
Yeah,
point.
I'm fairly sure. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that Emu for sure is from the Void Century. The Gorosei, I'm pretty split on. It kind of just depends on what mood you catch me in. But
I think I definitely think that Blackbeard might still be the final villain. I'm hoping on it because favorite character vibes.
I think so, 100%. I think so. Like the world government's there and everything, but Blackbeard. So the world government is the enemy of the One Piece world, but Luffy is who we're
Yeah,
following.
and Blackbeard.
So Luffy's gonna have to. I feel like there's gonna be a war against. So like, here's what's gonna happen. We're not gonna see a big confrontation with the Straw Hats and Blackbeard till the very end of the series. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna see. I feel like, in my opinion, something to mimic Marineford, where the Blackbeard pirates show up towards the end, but this time the Straw Hats are ready and they're like, "Yo, let's
Yeah,
go."
and like I
You
feel
know
it.
what I mean? And whoever and like whatever allies they had left that survived from that war, Marine or not. Because I'm sure that I honestly do believe there will be many Marines on the side of the Straw Hats on this war versus the world
It
government
all depends
eventually.
on who the leader of Sword is and how that goes down, and all of that.
Well, fair, but if people like Kobe and Smoker, if they see something like this happening in a tipping point, I feel like it doesn't matter who's in charge that they're gonna take their own personal stand in what
But
they
like
need to
with
do
how
for the world.
pure Kobe is, as well as what we know of the backstory of X Drake, being there for when Doflamingo attacked, and seeing his father turn as evil as he did, and then running to the Marines, I feel like it's safe to say that we have two bare minimum like kind-hearted people, good people that are in the faction of Sword. So it's
Agreed, and I whatever direction it takes before this fight, I have no doubt that in the end the direction it's gonna take is gonna be something positive, led by people like Kobe and Smoker. I could almost see by the end of the series in some twisted fashion, like if not Aokiji, because personally I think Aokiji's gonna die at some point since he's allied with the Blackbeard pirates. Um, but I,
wait,
yeah,
wait. Aokiji dying? My dude Aokiji dying.
I don't think he's gonna mean to. Don't get me wrong, but he's allied with the Blackbeard pirates, and if you think he's not just spying on those guys for maybe Sword or the Marines or whatever, you're mistaken.
Hold up. Did you see what he said about the Blackbeard pirates and like what he said to Smoker? Being a Marine isn't like the only way that you can get good done in the world, you know?
Exactly, that's what I mean. Dude's spying on them, whether it's for them or it's like or he's doing like a solo justice, like and it's not canon, so don't hold this against me. But in Film Z, he calls himself like a justice warrior or like a social hero or something like that. I don't remember what the exact term
See,
was, but whole thing is that I think Aokiji is gonna get himself in a spot that he's not gonna expect. Like Aokiji gets in a room with Blackbeard and 10 of his top guys. You think Aokiji's making it out of there? You're a fool.
Okay, but
He's gonna
look,
mess
what
him
you
up.
gotta
He's gonna
understand,
mess him up, and who knows? Blackbeard may even be missing an arm afterwards. But I don't think
if
Aokiji
he
would make it out of there. I think
if
Aokiji's gonna
Aokiji's
be like
fighting
a
all of
Jiraiya
them,
style death.
if Aokiji's fighting all of them, there's no way he's gonna make it out. But I doubt that he would ever actually get into a situation where he would have to fight all of them. I feel like the way Aokiji is using the Blackbeard flag isn't just a spy on them. Of course, he's keeping tabs on them like everybody would. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
keep tabs on your own people always, because you need to know where your allies are as well as your enemies. But I feel like how Aokiji is using the Blackbeard flag is to have his own freedom. And he knows the world government, he knows the Marines, they're not going to challenge that flag, especially with someone as strong as Aokiji. He's going to be able to go basically wherever he wants, do whatever he wants, and help however he feels.
It's kind of like Garp not taking the actual admiral position and staying at vice admiral, so he has the freedoms. This is
Exactly.
Aokiji getting all the freedom that he can to do things the way he wants, and I'm not denying any of that. I just think he's gonna get mixed up into some stuff and die.
I
Like
don't know.
he's gonna
He
die. Like
might die.
it's gonna be meaningful, and he's gonna pass off some sort of information, or he's gonna kill someone, take someone down, or he's gonna cripple Blackbeard, and I don't know. He's gonna do something, but I don't think Aokiji makes out. So, what that goes back to, I believe at the end of that series, at the end of this war, that most likely you're gonna see probably Smoker is fleet admiral.
I can't see Smoker as Fleet Admiral. Nah,
No.
I can't. Because we have Aka Inu, who is Fleet Admiral. Then before that, we had Son Goku, and Son Goku was with Garp. So yeah, if Smoker became Fleet Admiral, we would have Kobe as the new Garp, and like I could kind of see that, but like we don't exactly have
Yeah.
those connections necessary for Garp to, I mean, Smoker to have like that sway and that pull to become like a Fleet Admiral kind of person, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe after that I could see Fujitora taking
Fujitora for
over.
sure. I feel like he could. And then like Fujitora would
He's that blind
he
wise
listens to
guy.
his people a lot. Fujitora, he does what's right, but he still does listen to his people.
Well, and then not only that, but he really listens to them in terms of he knows their intents, whether they mean to
Yeah,
share that
because
or
he can
not.
see it, man. He can see it all.
Yeah, he sees their heart. Anyways, I really pulled this off the
Oh,
chapter.
but
Let's
but
leap
since
back
we
to the
were talking
chapter
about
now.
Blackbeard, something that really made me think about Blackbeard in this chapter was how we have Orochi, who was being hunted basically his whole life growing up. It made it where, guess what? It kept him from sleeping, okay? Just like Blackbeard. And I feel like that is some form of tie into it. And I feel like this is shaping up to show that Wano is just a smaller reflection at the world at large, you know?
So do you think Blackbeard's related to the Rocks crew? And there's a reason I'm bringing this up that relates to the whole Wano thing.
If Blackbeard's related to the Rock Screw, yeah, I mean he has the Saber of Zebek as his ship. Well, his old ship. I don't. We haven't seen his new ship, which I am so hyped to see.
Yeah.
But I feel like he could definitely have that connection.
So my whole thought then is, just like Roger, they hunted down his kids, just like Orochi was hunted down and his family was hunted down. Do you think it's possible that Blackbeard spent his life being hunted down because he was related to Rocks?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of
And that's why he
a lot
doesn't
of people
sleep.
back in the day. Well, a lot of the evil people normally spend the first part of their life being persecuted, while a lot of the heroes don't. And I feel like that's a line that's drawn by Oda a lot, except for people like Robin, who was a villain, and that's why she had that backstory, and people like that. There wasn't a lot of persecution and being chased down, hunted, and sought to be like killed by basically the majority of the like hero kind in One Piece. But what I also wanted to say, uh, Odin carrying the samurai, it when I first read it, it reminded me of like Atlas in like Greek mythology, the Titan carrying the world on his shoulders. And I feel like that's
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
what's going on, because the way Odin's been looking at like saving Wano is it's for the future of the world is kind of what he's been like putting it as, you know.
It's definitely related to whatever the One Piece is.
Yeah, and I'm actually real. It's just every chapter is just making me more excited to figure out what these secrets are now, because how close we are.
I know. I'm super hyped to get us out of this flashback so we can actually learn some stuff relating to the end game here. Because at this point, it's nothing more than Odin's death and, how they got out of this. Which, by the way, somehow they got to get out of this boiling pot and get the scabbards to Lady Toki, get his swords to the kids, get the kids away so Kaido doesn't see them. Like Hiyori and Kappa, dude. Right?
Oh, wait a second. What if Odin actually survives the whole hour in the boiling pot, but is like...
I think they were at like 4 minutes by the end of the chapter.
But, like, what if he, like, survives it all and is on his final leg at the end of the chapter, like, at the end of the, like, hour, and, like, they make it out, and then on his, like, dying breath, he says some stuff like that.
Like, get him the swords and get out of here, go into the future?
Yeah. And then, because... they actually survived, they want, like, Orochi is going to want to kill them, but then all of the people of Wano are there watching this, and they're not going to be able to just break their word as easily, but then there's still going to be a raid on the castle where she is.
Well,
Toki?
and it was pointed out, like, in all honesty, Orochi doesn't give two craps about the people. He literally did all this just to avenge himself.
Yeah, but, like, when you're in the eye of the people, you always act a little different no matter what.
Yeah, I guess that's very true, And especially him. I mean, he's a laughing stock now. I'm sure that he had to do everything in confidence for a long time for him to get to the point where he realized he was that laughing stock, because I think he knows it. I think he knows he's not taken seriously.
I think he did before. I think he does, yeah. At this point, in like the present timeline, he knows that he's not taken seriously.
He knows his people only take him serious because of Kaido, and I think he knows that. And the world government, the same thing. Like he has all the swagger of someone who doesn't think that way, but I think he knows that it's all a sham on his part.
I feel like he knows that it's all like not like everyone disagrees with him or disbelieves him, but they still have to listen to him because the way things have played out. And I feel like a lot of that lays upon how his grandma or whoever she was spoke to him and like taught him. Like, it's not what is actually, what's going on right now. It's at the end of it all, if you're the right one and if you could be in control, you are on the right side of history. That's
they always say
basically what she taught him. And
yeah, they always say that history's not written by the good guys. History is written by the victors.
Yep.
So, good guys are... Good and bad is all perception based.
And one more thing I did want to say is, do you remember that... I can't believe I forgot who it was. The guy from Dressrosa who wore the baby bib and all of that.
Oh, dude, don't even mess with Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink?
Hold on. Wow. I was about to act all cool, like, how could you say that? Yada. Senor Pink.
Senor Pink. Okay.
Who, by the way, has the saddest love story in all of anime in oh my god.
But, like, Senor Pink was hard-boiled for sure, but...
Hard-boiled?
Odin was so much more hard-boiled, he had to be boiled alive.
That man is hard-boiled.
But, man, it just makes me feel bad seeing all the blood coming out of Odin and everything. 4 minutes in boiling hot oil.
Yeah, it's not water either, it's oil. Dude's cooking for sure, like...
And they're even, like, talking, what's his skin made out of? He's, like, actually lasting through all of this. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if he's, like, gonna fry. So, here's one thing I found weird about the whole backstory that we've had going on. Why have we not seen Orochi's devil fruit?
You know what? You're right. Why haven't we? He got the devil fruit. It looked a little weird, but we still got the devil fruit. And he hasn't used it once.
I just... Exactly.
He's just a sniveling coward, man.
I feel like he would have pulled that out in front of Odin, like, ha ha ha, I'm so powerful now. No, he's scared. Like, he knew still.
Oh, and like the way that we got to see how Odin was in front of Orochi, and then actually over there clashing with Kaido, I just loved it to see.
It was such a good chapter. And then you had Shinobu going off on everybody at the end.
I just can't see Shinobu as a traitor anymore. It's just not possible.
Oh no, definitely. I don't think any. Well, so like whenever a few chapters ago we saw her come out and help them fight, and she was like, "I was always waiting. I've been, stationed at the castles for so long to help fight with you and stuff." As soon as that happened, like I instantly cleared her name. Honestly,
Definitely.
she was real from day one. So
I can't see her being the traitor. I've started to falter on seeing Kinemon as a traitor.
I don't
Dingero's
see
never been the
him.
traitor to me.
Yeah,
Never.
I don't see Kinemon because I personally think he's just too close to Momo.
Yeah, like I had the whole theory going on about it, but at this point, seeing like the war and how it went down, like I can only really see Kiku and Raizo as possibly being the traitor.
Yeah, I could, in the Raizo thing, I don't believe as much as Kiku, but I could see it. And oddly enough, it was finally this last chapter where he's just kind of like, "Oh, it's a little hot in here." That I was kind of like, okay. I mean, I feel like that's a weird thing to say. They even yell at him like, "Dude, don't complain. What are you doing?" Like,
Yeah, but
almost
like
almost like that was like not common for him.
yeah, I can see that. And like
So
the big points that were brought to my attention about how he could be the traitor, the ones that I latched onto is like his style and design is very similar to Orochi in a way. And like it's possible that he could be like a Kurozumi and have been stationed in the capital for the Kurozumi clan by like the grandma and stuff plotting before they even got to Orochi, you know?
the only thing I think that clears Raizo of being the traitor, we saw that guy sneaking around the jail. He was not inconspicuous at all. Like he like all the prisoners noticed so hard. What is this guy
See, the
doing?
prisoners noticed, the guards noticed. I feel like Raizo being as clumsy of a ninja as he was then was kind of like in the favor of him not being able to get Luffy out, you
People
know?
say it's fake, but
It's kind of like he was just messing around like, "Oh, Luffy could die. It's okay. I got the wrong key. It's whatever."
yeah,
Didn't really care much.
and I mean, I guess you could make the point. Well, the guards and no one cared because he was a traitor, but not all the people would have that information either. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
with him being that like clumsy and thinking he's sneaking around, like what he had like a bandana around his nose.
Hey man, that's common ninja garb. Have you never seen a true ninja? Like, come
Ninja
on.
101.
Kidding.
Oh man,
But
I don't see Raizo as being the one as all. So
yeah, I don't really either, but I'm just saying I can see it.
yeah, that comment was definitely weird. They yelled at Inu in that same sentence, I think, for moving.
Yeah.
But thinking about it, his clumsiness, I feel like eliminates him. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm sure that we'll find out who the traitor was. Well,
Yo, hold up? Do you think that we're gonna find out the traitor before the flashback is over?
I don't know actually. That I was about to say yes, but I started thinking about it, and they. Well, I guess they're telling a story, so like Kinemon's telling us. No, well, where are we learning this flashback from?
This flashback is just kind of like,
Is it?
yeah, I think it's gonna. It hasn't really been from Kinemon's standpoint. I think it's just kind of the flashback itself,
Right.
exactly what happened
it
in the
was, yeah,
past,
because it was from Odin's, standpoint.
perspective the whole time.
Yeah, so maybe. I mean, it hasn't been made aware that like the retainers and everyone that we know knows who the traitor was, but I don't feel like it's an issue that's come up for them to address at the same time.
Maybe the flashback is being like talked about or like told from Odin's journal kind of standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, because then we have like this point where he's getting boiled alive, literally.
I don't know, man. I was gonna say yes that we'd learn before the end of the chapter, but I'm not sure. Just because I don't know if any of the present day people know who it was or not, and so the if I say yes, then I'm sure we'll find out like next chapter. If I say no, then I'll have to believe that this traitor is gonna foil the Straw Hat plans at some point.
See, I feel like it would be cool if we did learn about it now and only had it as like a reader thing, and then like everyone
That would be so
who's
dirty.
reading it would be so upset at this person, and like seeing how they interact still with like the crew and like the other scabbards, we would like watch them and be like, what are you doing, get out of
That
here,
would
like
be
the entire
awesome.
time. And like everyone else in the story itself wouldn't learn until later, like probably like deep into the battle. But
It's
by
like
that
Blue's
time
Clues. Where
everyone's
is he?
always
He's
like
right
hating on them
behind
the whole
you.
time. Yeah, I feel like that'd be real cool. I would like that, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I literally just made a Blue's Clues reference on this podcast.
Oh God, no.
Anyways, you think Shinobu's gonna get caught or get into a fight next chapter because she's speaking out the way she is? You think she's gonna? I mean, obviously she gets away because she's there now, and
Yeah.
she's super old, so she's stuck around surviving for the last 20 years.
I feel like
So what's
the mob is gonna go after her, and I feel like she won't be able to like.
after Shinobu?
Yeah, I feel like it's mainly gonna be the mob as well as like Orochi's people. You know, like everyone that's standing around hates Odin. Like Orochi's gonna say something, or Kaido's gonna say something, and she's gonna be made an example of,
But
and
she
she's
was
gonna go
like,
into hiding.
she was trying to like save Odin, or not like save Odin. Well, I mean, she's obviously trying to save him. She was trying to make the point that like they had all the wrong ideas about him. You don't think they're gonna believe her?
Not with how Orochi likes to twist words as well as Kaido. I feel like
The fear of Kaido.
they're going to be
is
right there
bigger than
defending it, and
the fear of Kaido is bigger than the trust of Shinobu.
yeah.
That makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense.
But I definitely feel like she's gonna do some like Jedi hermit stuff, and that's why she is the way she is now. She had a major fall from grace. Like Shinobu is Shinobe right now. And
Shinobi. Oh, dude, so much. It's like Big Mom. Nah, you mean Bay Mom.
Man, I'm tired of Oda doing this. He like has attractive women when they're younger, but now they're all old and crusty.
Yeah,
I don't
dude,
like
right
it.
when they hit their 60s, man. I just, nasty
just
every
fall
time.
apart.
Yeah, it's so bad. They fall apart like the demons in Demon Slayer when you cut their heads off.
Oh man, just crumbling away into. Oh, and she has the mature fruit, so everything does crumble away that she touches.
Whoa, hold on. Okay, I said something and my speaker went off. My Amazon Alexa, it's listening.
Oh yeah, they're always watching, man.
I didn't
Always
want
watching.
to say something and have it go into like a 5-minute spiel about something I didn't really care about. So I think that Shinobu's gonna have to run. And it's just gonna be like, run! You better get out of here.
Yeah, I really feel bad for her because she's like, she's putting her heart and soul into this, like she has been, and like we see, if you look back at the story, you see how she's been doing that, and her character has never changed, and it becomes a little more emotional when you look back at what she's said and how she's done, and her crying, her tears are true, you know? It's just like, dang.
which like I said, all of that really makes me believe that she's not the traitor at all. So
How she's acting now, like in the past, makes me like really sympathize and empathize with her when she got all mad at like Law and how he was, and, like she's like, we can't afford any mess ups and all this, and I'm just like, Shinobu, I agree with you. Screw Law. He's cool and all. He's his favorite character of so many people, but I trust you over him right now. Okay.
yeah. And kind of thinking about like the emotions Shinobu puts out, kind of the opposite of what Kiku's putting out.
Kiku's just quiet. Oh yeah.
Inu's not
dang,
coming back.
this sucks.
Yep, I know. Thanks. Okay.
You'll never see your brother again. Oh, that's fine. It's whatever.
As long as he's cool, I'm cool. Oh,
What?
okay.
That's a little questionable, man.
I mean, I think I have the right to say, bitch, what? But
I can't trust that.
no, it's like Naruto all over, man.
Uh,
We're not gonna get into that.
yeah, I was about to say with that whole situation, man. I'm just like, I was so upset about that.
So you think Flashback's gonna end next chapter, or you think it's gonna be 2 more? I personally don't think it'll be more than 2.
It's either one or two, yeah, for sure. I'm more leaning towards it being this upcoming chapter as the final chapter of the flashback, but I can definitely see there being another
We
one,
also
even
thought the
though
last chapter was going to be 3 or 4 chapters ago, so at some point I did anyway.
I definitely didn't. I was saying it's going to be, what was that? I said like 5 chapters, 4 chapters ago. I think that's what I said. I have it like on record and everything
Fair, yeah, no.
in the chats.
I at one point when there was still, I think we're 3 chapters past it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's ending next chapter for sure. Did not happen that way.
Yeah, because the way that pace is getting played with, it's like crazy. Like the speed lapses, and then it goes like you have 5 minutes is basically a whole chapter right here, and then before that it was like a couple days at most, and then before that was years, and then before that was just a couple moments again. Oda's really playing with the pacing of this flashback, and I think it's really cool, as well as like the entirety of Wano. So
I agree. I'm really glad with how Wano's been paced. A lot of people are upset, but I mean, we expected this to be this kind of arc, so
yeah, and like
I'm excited to see what comes after the flashback is over.
Once the flashback is over, we're getting probably like half a chapter to like connect what just happened with what is happening now, and then we're going into a break in between the acts of Wano, and we're gonna get something outside of the world of Wano and right back into Wano. Gonna see the Shishibukai and how that's going down, the Admiral's moves. We might even see a silhouette of Vegapunk coming over to Wano. That would be cool.
Hopefully we'll finally just see his face. If he comes to Wano, I hope we just meet him.
It's gonna be Kizaru.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll put money on that too.
Hey, we'll check in, guys, for the next episode to see if we put money down on another theory. It was awesome. Hey everybody, thank you for checking out the podcast today, and if you like what you heard, you can always find more episodes on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Please give us a like and subscribe, and always watch out for more content. Thank you.